Hello and welcome to another episode of Food as Fuck. My name is Zeke and Simone is behind the camera as usual. And this week we are cooking a Mediterranean slash Egyptian slash salad that could be a meal on its own dish. So if you guys have not guessed by now, I have some Egyptian background in my blood. So this is a dish from Egypt, and it's basically a feta cheese sort of I don't know, like, I wouldn't call it a salad because I usually just eat it as a dish on its own. And we usually typically have this for breakfast or for dinner. It's extremely easy to make, super quick, and I like it. And if you, again, watch this show, you guys should know that I don't like fresh tomatoes or raw tomatoes, right? I have nothing against tomatoes, I just don't like them fresh or raw, so I don't put tomatoes in my burgers, for example. But I love this dish, so stick around and I'll show you how to make this. Obviously, we're gonna have some feta cheese, and full disclosure for you guys, I'm not a big fan of the feta cheese that I'm using today, right? So I got this feta cheese a few days ago, and it's just salty, like too much. It's salty as but I have it, and I'm not gonna throw it away, so I'm gonna use it. However, I suggest when you get a feta cheese, you get a feta cheese that's balanced, right? Obviously, tomatoes, these are the main ingredients. And really, if you want to do this the traditional style, all you need is feta cheese, the tomatoes, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and you're done. But this is food AF, and we are not going to stop at traditional style. So to the tomatoes, I'm going to be adding a little bit of celery. I'm going to be adding green pepper, and I know that this is orange. I just had one orange pepper left in the fridge, and I don't want to throw it away, okay? So I'm using it. And I'm using a little bit of chives, right? So these are all the veggies that are going into the dish. And then very simply, I'm going to add just some pepper, no salt, because I just told you my feta that I'm using today is salty as f***. Cumin, olive oil, a little bit. This is totally optional. I'm just purely using it because I finally found this in a store recently and I've just been using it all over the place. But you do not need this, but this is Zaatar, if you guys remember from the last episode. A little bit of lemon juice and some oregano. And that's pretty much it, so let's get to it. All right, so all I'm doing right now is just I'm gonna be chopping my vegetables. Now, usually people don't really care how much they chop this, but if you are like me, I want this to be the best possible state it can be. So I'm gonna chop everything as tiny as I possibly can. Now, I do want to show you something that I am excited about. So this is just full of vegetables that instead of, you know, not knowing what to do with them or throwing them away, I just collect this stuff, right? So I've got celery, I've got onions, I've got garlic, I've got ginger, I've got green peppers in here, broccoli, spring onions, just whatever it is, right? Any vegetable scraps I throw in this bag. And I'm getting excited because it is almost full. And once this is full, I'm going to make an epic vegetable stock. Next step is really pretty straightforward. We're almost done with this, right? So you get your chopped up veggies, you got your feta cheese, and you just put everything into the bowl. It's as simple as that, right? So in your goes your tomatoes with the celery. So once everything is in, I usually like to give it what I call a starter seasoning, right? So this is not our final seasoning, but this is just to get things going. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of cumin. So I would say this is about a teaspoon, a little black pepper. I'm going to add a dash of dried oregano. I like to give it a nice crush for about 5 seconds. Oregano goes in. And remember, this is the optional thing that I'm adding here. You do not need this, but I love it, so I am gonna add it. This is Zaatar. Zaatar. Yeah, a little bit of olive oil, right? So just to make things blend a little bit easier. And now just use a good old-fashioned fork and very simply just mix and crumble everything together, right? So now the feta cheese is nice and crumbled into the rest of the mix, and it should start to get a little bit wetter, right? Once those veggies start to release their juices. And to be honest with you, the secret about this is you should leave this, in my opinion, for a whole day in the fridge. The next day, and Simone knows this, it's gonna taste a lot better. A little bit of lemon juice. Usually I would squeeze, I don't know, like 3-4 squirts of lemon in there. Just, it's to taste really, right? Because this is Egyptian style today, and actually me and Simone have an Egyptian-Italian sort of similar thing going on here. So we are gonna eat this with flatbread, but I'm giving it a little bit of a twist. So I'm using tortilla breads, which I find at the dollar store, and I find that these guys are excellent. Like I just put this on the electric stove and they puff up just like pita bread, and it's great really. So we're gonna use this today. Simone, you haven't tried this yet, you're gonna love these. And yeah, so in Arabic we call this termis, and Simone calls it scarpetta. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so we're gonna eat this scarpetta, termis style. So that's coming up next, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, so here's my super sweet hack for getting pita bread on the fly, right? I go to my electric stove, and this is one of maybe 2 useful things that an electric stove is good for. And I just go on high, slap that thing on there, and this will literally take about 30 seconds. And to finish it off, a dab of olive oil. Now, I recommend that you bring out the good olive oil because it's worth it here. All right, so this looks awesome, and I'm excited. So, Simone, allow me. Oh, dude, this brings back memories. Remember, this is the quick pita cheat. Just get some tortillas, and yeah. So you guys call this style of eating scarpetta. Yeah. In Egyptian, when we say termis, termis is purely just this action, right? Like holding bread in your hand, sort of cupping it like this, and then scooping up some food with it. This is what we call termis. Seriously, this is very nice. My only complaint is I'm using this feta that is just too salty for my taste. I don't like, feta shouldn't be this salty, right? It should be, but not this salty.
Last one, man.
That's cool. We got like 2 packs back there. But yeah, other than that, this is a really nice, it's fresh, so this is great, great for summer. It's a nice breakfast thing in the morning, or a light dinner if you want. It's very refreshing, and I'm sure you guys are gonna love this, so please give this a try. And we wanna go make more cheat pita bread. So we're gonna wrap this video up now. So thank you guys for watching our videos. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you like what we do. Press. That's my new way of saying press. So press that like button, and share our videos and comment down below. And we appreciate all the love you guys have been showing us. Thank you so much. I have been Zeke from Food as Fuck, and this is Simone, and we will see you guys in the next video.